Send messages.
What
we
is
have
it?
Arab Corps. We need an Arab Corps like we had a Peace Corps. We need to go into Lebanon.
agree.
We need to go in and help with infrastructure. We need to make sure these people that we can do a whole host of things. We can also with Egypt. It's such a complex country, but I am so tired of them taking $2 billion a year and unleashing their poison on us in the media. I've been there. I've heard it. And I've seen it.
Right.
So that we have to stop that. So we have to have a list of things to do. I'm preparing a plan.
And it is poison.
Yes,
Al Jazeera is poison.
What do you mean by
that is a laugh that you would say that this country's journalism, which sucks too.
You didn't answer my question. Do you know Arabic? Do you know Arabic? How are you following Al Jazeera?
Shway. I know a little Arabic. I can, yeah.
Do you follow Al Jazeera? I mean, how do you follow it? Or do you read about Al Jazeera from the reporters in the press in America who do not know Arabic either?
But they translate it. I know, it's just like the Quran, taken out of context. Kill the infidel really is turn the other cheek.
And you don't,
I've heard this before.
For those who are laughing, I mean, it's very easy to pick and choose about other religions. I'm not a religious person, but there are ludicrous parts of every holy book. There are laughable, misogynist sections in the Old Testament that would make your skin crawl.
Right,
but we're not living it.
But for some reason, the Buddhists don't
it.
fly planes into buildings.
Sorry?
I'm saying, but for some reason, the other religions don't take...
Of course they do. But you know what's the difference?
Of course they do.
Whenever a Christian or a Jewish person commits a crime, we don't call it a Jewish or a Christian crime. But if some Muslim cook or terrorist commits a crime, it is Islam. And then you have Arabs and Muslims have to apologize. And I say this, I don't think that Arabs or Muslims in America have anything to apologize for. They have nothing to explain.
No.
They are just like any other American.
We didn't.
And simply, it is high time that you believe that Muslims and Arabs are just as entitled, like anybody else, to have their own shares of cooks, raisins, and terrorists without having to judge the entire religion and the entire people.
Except that what's facetious about that argument, excuse me, is that the kooks and the terrorists in the Christian and the Jewish world are truly just a little fringe. And in the Muslim world, they draw from a vast pool of support, which is not in any other religion.
Well,
so don't try to feed me that line.
Let me feed you. Well, now I know you know Arabic, but... Well, I just realized, not only do you know Arabic, but your math is not great. So you think that 19 Muslim Arabs who were behind the September bombing speak for 1,200,000,000 people in the world?
But I've had
and how do you say, on what basis, that there is...
I've had many Muslims here who say, you know, at most it's 20%. And I go, well, okay, that's 200 million people.
I teach the Middle East. It is nowhere around that.
You teach in America.
Most Muslims, and I go to the Middle East, and I lecture in the Middle East, and I speak to the Arab media.
Hold on. I'm a very liberal man, and I really hate the words America, love it or leave it, but if you really don't like it...
To back people like you, I'll stay. How about that?
Because what?
Because many people are upset about me being here, I'll stay. And many Americans... Many Americans, I have
why
so much love.
Are you happy you're there?
I'm very happy here. I have a lot of love for my students and for many Americans. But I know every time I appear on TV, every time I give a lecture everyone in the country, and I've given many recently, there are people like you, they call themselves liberal conservatives, who ask me to leave. But I'm
not asking. God forbid, I am not asking.
You're insinuating it.
I'm asking you, why are you staying?
Because I'm happy here.
You're happy, and why? Wait, okay, but I want to know, why are you happy here?
I mean, I don't...
Why are you happy?
I don't have to go into my autobiography, but I can tell you...
Listen, I have 45 seconds, a little bit.
Maybe you'll get bored. But I will tell you...
I won't get bored.
I cannot believe somebody who calls himself or herself a liberal, on the basis of my disagreement with American foreign policy, I am asked, why am I in this United States country? As if the Constitution only extends to those who will applaud the president and anything the government does.
God knows this man.
I don't.
This man has come under fire because he doesn't.
And maybe he's trying to recover from that because every day, on a daily basis, he's been insulting Arabs and Muslims. I've watched that day.
I am not insulting Arabs and Muslims. I am keeping it real with Arabs and Muslims like I do with everybody else. But I am sorry, but that's what I do here.
Do you make fun of the holy book of Christians and Jews?
I have never made fun of any holy book. And
I have seen you made fun of the... You seem like...
I have read from the Quran. I know. You don't want to hear that.
Have you heard excerpts from the Old Testament that are as ludicrous?
Oh.
I mean, it is so... I make fun of all religions. But the ones who now conveniently...
Sweetheart, I have made so much more...
Because it is convenient.
I have made so much more fun of the Bible than I ever did of the Quran.
Well, I have missed that.
Go off.
I have missed that.
I've actually sat with him at a bar and heard him go off.
Really? For years, I have made fun of the Bible. So,
what happened to the Arab street we kept hearing about? You know, we had to say, oh, they're going to uproar anything. It's amazing because I was watching on CNN of all places, Christiane Amanpour, they showed the guys, this was about a month ago, you know, burning in Africa. Well, they moved the camera and they had 10 times as many Pakistanis looking at these bozos going, saying, look at these jokers. So 10 times as many were just sitting on the sidelines. 100 were protesting, and that's the ones who are on the camera. But that was a month ago. Now what has happened? Things have changed. And is it because of a Voice of America sappy speech? No, it is because of smart bombs, because they admire strength. We are now winning the war.
Okay, I got to take a commercial. We'll come right back.